Welcome, food travelers. In this episode, we're here in Victoria, BC, heading to a restaurant called Vis-A-Vis. It's a French restaurant out in the Oak Bay Avenue of Victoria, and they are open daily from 8 a.m. to late. I don't know exactly what late means, but I'm assuming it's around 11 p.m. or midnight.
Yeah, this was a pretty nice little store here. It's in a kind of a quiet neighborhood. It's on the east side, not quite Victoria in downtown, where you kind of have all the tourist things, and you'll have the kind of the government buildings and the parks, and where a lot of people tend to go. So it's on the east side, a little quiet neighborhood, but it looks really nice. It's really decorated, nice and clean over there. Definitely there's a little French vibe to their restaurant, which of course you can, or if you didn't tell from the name Vis-A-Vis. But yeah, it's a really nice little restaurant in a cozy little neighborhood.
Yeah, I think the decoration of the restaurant is pretty unique, where they have like a row of mirrors at the top for one side of the customers who's like sitting, I guess, with the backside to the bar and everything. So you can kind of like just watch your bartender prepare your drink and prepare everything before they serve it to you. I think that's really nice, unique experience.
I have a feeling they kind of did that on purpose to kind of match the name, because Vis-A-Vis itself is face to face, translated to English, and so I think with that mirror on the back there, and you were sitting on that side, so you saw the mirror pretty much the whole time, but you can actually see back to where the employees were working, where they were kind of preparing either the drinks or the food, and so I think it kind of ties into that namesake for having that face-to-face, where at least everybody can kind of see each other and kind of see what's happening and all the things that kind of going on within the restaurant.
Yeah, definitely. So starting off here for the starter, we had I believe it's a Brie Tart, and I think this one was pretty good. It's got a good amount of cheese in the center, and as you see Simon cutting into it, it was definitely a really good piece.
Yeah, it was a baked Brie tart with balsamic reduction with some pumpkin seeds, and then kind of layered over on top was a raspberry compote. So you had a really combination of some sweetness, especially from the balsamic, some saltiness, and some heartiness from the compote, and then a nice creaminess from the brie cheese. And I really love baked brie. I think it's one of my favorite things to eat is the baked cheeses, and just together it kind of hits all the different points in your palate. So it was very delicious.
Yeah, it definitely was really good. I had a slice myself, and I'm glad I did taste this one. It was definitely worth trying, I think. And if you're at this restaurant, I would definitely recommend ordering this one. So what were some of the other items that you think was you were kind of looking forward to at this restaurant?
I looked into the menu just briefly, and so I didn't have too much. I know we wanted to get the seafood tower. That was one of the things that were kind of our main focus. I did see, and you did order the French onion soup, as you see here. And when I was kind of going through the menu and I was thinking about ordering it or not, I kind of wanted to, but kind of the only thing that kind of turned me off was the cheese that they were using with it. This French onion soup came with Swiss cheese. And for me, there was a restaurant, and we ate here in the past. It's a really delicious place, a place called Cremant in Washington State, and it was a French restaurant with, in my opinion, the best French onion soup I ever had. And they prepared it with Gruyere cheese, and so kind of once I saw that, I decided, okay, I'm not going to grab it, but it's one of those things where I was so happy to have tried Cremant French onion soup at the same time. I'm very bummed out because they did stop service, and they moved, and the chef, he went off and did other things, and I've never been able to find something that great anywhere else, and so I kind of stopped ordering French onion soup.
Yeah, It was just something in the weather. I just had to get French onion soup. I knew Simon did mention while we were ordering. He's like, yeah, it's made with Swiss cheese. Probably not gonna be as good. I did not listen to him. I didn't want to try it myself. And yeah, when he asked me, oh, how was it? I was just kind of speechless. Like it was, yeah, definitely not as good, but it was still like soup, and that's what I wanted. So at the time, it was okay. Will I order it again? Probably not. So moving along, this is the seafood tower that we did order, and when we were looking at the menu, and this was something that I did suggest, and Simon's like, "Are you sure you want a seafood tower? Is that gonna be too much food?" And kind of looking at the different type of appetizers that they did have. One of the things I really did want to try was I think it's the scallop tartare, and that was included already in the seafood tower. So with the seafood tower, it also does include the prawns, the oysters, the mussels, the crab legs, like I said, the bay scallops, and then ahi tuna and candied salmon. So it has a lot of different variety of things to try, and I think, yeah, for 2 people, it's enough. I mean, I remember when this came out, the couple next to us was like, "Wow, that looks really good. What is that?"
Yeah, they were pretty much. We ended up speaking to them a little bit, and they were really excited to see that seafood tower. And it seemed like they kind of wanted to grab one themselves, but they were an older couple, and I just don't think their appetite was there to be able to kind of finish everything, and so they didn't want to go through and grab it. But they definitely looked like they enjoyed watching as we were kind of digging through everything. But yeah, the scallops were pretty interesting. It had some red pepper flakes on top, so it added a little bit of spiciness to it. Nothing like serious in terms of heat, but it did add a little bit different texture because it was also a kind of a crispy red pepper flake onto it, so it had a nice crunch when you're eating it through the soft scallop. But one of the things I dearly did enjoy was that, and I believe it was a honey candied salmon, smoked salmon, and that was actually pretty good. I did like this one, and I ate. They gave you a pretty decent amount, and I ate a good half of my portion right away, and then I kind of saved the other half for later, because usually for me, when I really do like something, I'll usually save a bite or so of it to the end, just so I can finish off the meal kind of in a joyous occasion with a nice mouthful of something I really enjoy eating. And that was something that I did kind of use until the end. But as you can see in the video, I was going through the crab leg, and it was just something that kind of just shocked me. And I think I've been on a bad crab leg streak, because lately I've been getting these crab legs. They look huge. They're like this monster sized legs, and then suddenly you break it out and it's just like no meat inside. And so this is on more than one occasion has happened to me.
But overall, it was a great restaurant experience. If you're looking for a neighborhood style restaurant, definitely check this one out. And for this first notable is the Brie Tart, a must try if you're a big fan of puff pastries and double cream brie.
And for this notable is the Candied Salmon, a delicious blend of smoked salmon, which is very, very famous in the Pacific Northwest, with a touch of honey to add that candied sweetness to it. Very delicious. Definitely something not to miss if you are at Vis-A-Vis.
If you've enjoyed the content you've seen, don't forget to support the channel and hit like and subscribe. And if you want to see additional pictures of food and our travels, go over to our Instagram page and follow us there. And thanks for watching.